name is Sarah Schaefer, and I'm the Director of Public Relations for Habitat for Humanity of Collier County. We are the second oldest Habitat for Humanity affiliate and the largest producing Habitat for Humanity affiliate in the nation. This spring, we'll celebrate the groundbreaking of our 1,000th Habitat House in Collier County, so we're really proud of that. No other affiliate has reached nearly that goal. The downside of that is the need for affordable housing in Collier County is tremendous. It's estimated at about 30,000 units, so Habitat's role in the community is very important. Habitat works in partnership with qualifying low-income families. All of our houses are built with volunteer labor. We have 25,000 people in our database, which means our newsletter goes to all of those people, and that number, like I said, increases each year. Our newsletter is our main piece of collateral that we use to maintain contact with our donors and volunteers and anyone that has ever really come into contact with the Habitat family. All of the information and articles in our newsletters for the purpose of reminding people that the need for affordable housing in Collier County right here in their community is so great. I think our holiday newsletter last year raised over $100,000, which is enough to build 2 whole Habitat homes. It's a 6-page newsletter we print, one 11 by 17 piece that's printed on both sides. We duplex that, and then one 8.5 by 11 sheet that we print on both sides. Right now we print about 26,000 of the 11 by 17 and 26,000 of the 8.5 by 11. That number will probably increase about 3,000 this season as we have new volunteers, new donors, new groups that come into our Habitat. We have received many positive comments about the look of the newsletter. Previously, before my time here, we had outsourced the newsletter to another printing company and had faced a lot of issues there, and the decision was made to bring it back in-house. We were using 2 of the older models of risograph. One we had purchased in 2001, the other in 2004. On those 2 machines, 4 to 5 times a year, we were running about 26,000 copies of our newsletter. I didn't at the time know that Riso had anything better than what we had, so I did some research online and saw a brand new HC product that was coming out, so I looked into that. I initially thought maybe we weren't going to want to spend that kind of money and didn't know if we needed the full color. Liebert and I tested out the machine up in Fort Myers, went up there and brought a bunch of our materials, brochures, the newsletter, just other literature we hand out that we would have printed on the old machine or even, on our regular inkjet printers, and tested it out on the HC, and the quality was uncomparable from what we had before. Being a nonprofit, we're very careful about how we spend our money on things like marketing because right now about 6% of our entire budget goes to administrative costs, meaning 94% goes to building houses, and that's a figure that we'd really like to maintain. So to spend a lot of money on sending the newsletter out to be printed somewhere else, it really wasn't an option for us. Also, if we're trying to ask someone for money to build a house and we send them this nice glossy magazine, they're going to wonder where we're actually going to put their donation. So the HC was really a nice balance for us. That's another thing, our production time has been cut down. Because we can print duplex, and because we haven't had maintenance issues with it, we print our newsletter probably in a week's less time. It's gone down from 3.5 weeks to about 1.5, 2 weeks printing time for us. So that's a huge savings in staff time and headaches and all of that. Color can be the difference between somebody looking at your newsletter and not looking at it at all. So it's very important in terms of how grabbing it is. About 75% of what we print on the HC is in full color. That probably will increase the more that we use it. It's night and day difference between what we were sending out a year ago. The pictures look 10 times better. The HC has changed the way that I design the newsletter because I have a much wider selection of pictures I can use because they all look good when they're printed on the HC. So when you're putting in a picture of a family or a child in their new house or a picture of substandard housing, it really comes across a lot clearer to the person who's looking at that newsletter. And maybe in the past someone would kind of pick it up and glance at it, and now they're actually leafing through the entire thing and looking at all the pictures and reading some of the articles, and maybe that's going to help them pick up their checkbook and send us a donation. The HC has made my job stress go down significantly. Now I really don't even seem to notice that we're printing the newsletter. I just have sent it from my computer. It's printed fine. Our volunteers are hard at work folding, and I've been able to continue my other job duties without any interruptions. It's been wonderful. With the HC, if we notice something that we missed in editing, we notice it when we've printed a couple copies and all of a sudden we can see that there's an error. We're able to go back and change that quickly and continue our printing, whereas if we'd sent it out to a different company, it would already have gone through the process and we just have to send out the newsletter with that mistake in it, or it would be very costly to fix. The technical support people are very patient. They're very willing to help. You know, they'll stay on the phone if you call. Will you go and try and fix the machine and offer, you know, a number of solutions. And when they offer a solution, they're really willing to solve the entire problem and not just the surface of it. And the customer service reps have been very good in terms of sending supplies, getting things to us quickly, which is really important in our production process. If we run out of ink, we need to have it the next day. It's been wonderful doing business with Riso. They're very patient, very willing to solve problems, made sure that we were choosing the best machine for our needs, and were willing to, you know, work with us throughout the entire, you know, sale process. I had a number of phone calls from our sales rep and customer service rep when we first bought the machine to make sure that it was working properly and that we were happy with the product we purchased. For nonprofits especially, I think the HC is the best product you can get for in-house printing. It's cheap, it's easy to use, and it turns out a nice material to give to your donors and volunteers in the community. The HC's helped us kind of make the step up in terms of our technology, our newsletter, our marketing materials. I have a lot more pride in the newsletter now that we're able to print it in color and that the pictures come out so much clearer. It, you know, makes me want to turn out a better product altogether. I want to write better articles, take better pictures, because I know that when it comes out on the HC, it's going to look so much better and look wonderful when it goes out to our volunteers and donors.